Paper. Blech. That tastes like shit. Well, it tastes like paper, but honestly don't know what I expected there. What do I have here? Great question. I bought a case today. It's a sharp case, so I didn't have to sharpen it. But I want this to have a patina for it. Nope, she's not home today. 20. I got it for 20. It's a small sod buster. I've yet to give a knife a good patina, so I figured I'd try it. But first we're going to start with cleaning it and then just carry it. It's got some weird yellow stuff on it. Right there on the and around in that area there's a lot of this yellow stuff. I'll let the Maximate happen naturally. I'm going to let this one happen naturally too. I actually have a small trapper that's going up for sale here pretty soon too, in carbon vanadium steel without a patina. Really, really good looking blades. It was pretty smoky here the other day. Woke up on Friday and my truck was covered in ash from the Oregon fires. Yeah, this thing will be going up for sale. Sure, it's more brittle, but it's got better edge retention, and I personally am not worried about how brittle something is. Because I don't do stupid shit with my stuff very often. And this one's just carbon steel. Well, it doesn't say it unless you have it halfway closed, apparently. CS. Well, the collectors seem to like carbon steels, and carbon vanadium is just better edge retention than regular carbon, so I figured why not buy the two and see if I can sell one for a profit and keep the other one. Honestly, I was going to sell both, but I didn't think that this one was going to sell well because it has centering issues, and when you close it, it presses up against the liner. Yeah, I think I'm about done cutting into packages like I did the other day. That was a mistake. Definitely a mistake on my end. I do not have money for remote control toys because those things get expensive very, very quickly. Everything gets expensive very, very quickly. Exactly. And why put $400 into a remote control car when I could buy one knife? Dude, that's exactly how my knife collection went. I had no clue how much I spent on it until like last year I added it all up and it was like 3 grand. And now it's way more than that. Carry Crew, what's up? How does the edge on this thing look? Or I could buy a gun, yeah. Not the best looking edge I've ever seen. And I wouldn't pick a Glock over a CZ. Glocks just make me think of Legos. Well, if you've only spent 250, you're just getting into the hobby. What do you mean Glock's more reliable? Dude, CZs are great. I've never had a CZ give me any trouble. Oh, I try to think about it because I forget all the time. So this thing doesn't need sharpened, but the edge doesn't look great. No, it didn't look cross-hatched. It just doesn't look like my edges. It looks like a factory edge, just with a burr, and I didn't like it. So, stop auto-focusing and focus right there. I said focus there. Trolling with what video? I didn't see which video. Did he upload one today? Because if he uploaded one today, I haven't seen it yet. I guess we're going to reprofile. Because this is taking too long. Oh. Yeah, I glanced at that. And haven't watched it yet. The only excuse I can give for a sharp knife being safer than a dull knife is a sharp knife is predictable and a dull knife takes way more effort to do anything. Tell me about it. I'd know from making stupid decisions. And I'm trying a different way of sharpening. I've never messed with S110V, but I'm sure Aiden has. So if you're curious, you should probably be asking him. Well, maybe don't chip your Maximate, dude. Shit's expensive. Dalton, what's up? Likes toothy shit? Yeah, doesn't surprise me. For anybody curious what I'm doing right now, I'm removing the recurve. Oh wait, somebody asked what stone I was using. Focus, please. So the bottom is a 140 grit Atoma with the aluminum plate, and then the top one here is a 600 grit Atoma plate without the aluminum. It basically comes like a sticker, and you stick it to the bottom of one of the other plates. Worked out great. We'll see you later, Hunter. Have a good one. I'll probably do one tonight, yeah. These are quite expensive if you buy them from the wrong places. I'll agree with that. All right, what does Case use for carbon steel? What? Oh, sorry. The CR or the CV is chrome vanadium, not carbon vanadium. I was wrong. Underhanded comments. No? Nope. Lag. Yeah, lag is a thing. It definitely is. They use 1095. Okay. Focus. Wow, I really should have watched this last night. But yeah, all my family members just think of it as a hobby. Nobody, nobody's been mean about it. Why do you ask? Depends. Most of the time I do. I move to the next grit and then take off the burr with the next grit. When I'm moving over to a strop, I take the burr off first. Now, why would you spend that much money on me? Genuinely. Just for your pleasure, so you can sit there and watch? Okay. Now for the burr removal. Now the reason I'm doing it this way this time is because the recurve is still there, even though I planned on removing it. I didn't fully remove it. Okay, microscope. Well, if you want to, I'm not going to stop you. Burr. No burr. Beautiful. And there's no micro bevel, even with that weird angle stuff I was doing like this. Which means I'm holding an angle pretty damn well. That's something to be proud of right there. So here's what we do next. So we're going to move over to this one. So for anybody curious, the stone that I'm using right now is a 600 grit DMT. And some people will be wondering why I just moved from a 1000 grit down to a 600. This 600 grit is 11 years old. It is no longer 600 grit. And it hasn't been for a while. It's moved up in grit, and it's actually a finer grit at this point than the 1000 grit. I will warn you, I really don't want to learn how to use whetstones. And the reason I say that is because I don't like getting my hands wet. Don't ask, I have no clue why, I just don't. It makes no sense to me. And I'd hate to ruin a $450 whetstone by using it wrong. Especially with all the stuff that I'm starting to mess with. I'm starting to move from the low end steels to the crazy shit. I don't know what kind of whetstone you're thinking of either, but I will be trying at some point to move away from regular steels and move into the really high end, uh, high carbide steels. And besides, I'm really happy with the diamond stuff. It works great for everything that I need it to do. So, real quick, I'll just check for myself. Yeah. I've thought about one of my buddies has a Tormac 8, Tormac T8. I've thought about getting that from him, but I don't have Tormac money. And also, that's not really me sharpening it. Doesn't take a whole lot of skill to use a Tormac. In my opinion, I've never done it, but I would assume, other than not being really rough on the blade, that it's not difficult to do. Corbin, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back. I'll think about it. See, the problem with whetstones for me, like the biggest problem, a concave edge. Yeah, I don't find that being a huge problem either. I can sharpen that out with diamond plates. I'll bet you it'd be great for reprofiling quickly. Mango usually shows up later in the night, and he showed up last week. I'm not sure he'll show up this week. There is a burr along the whole edge. Yep. So then I need to do the back and forth stuff. I also need to see if that's actually moving the burr. I'll show you in a sec. Hmm. Oh yeah, nope, that burr is just not coming off from the one side. You don't. The crown thing's stuck. I don't know why you're even in the first place. It doesn't make any sense. There's the burr. And on this side, there's like nothing. It literally just looks like a stonewash finish on the other side. Uh, yeah, I'm not the person to ask about strops. I have no clue what the hell I'm doing on that side of things. This is just a chunk of belt leather. But Aiden would definitely be the person to ask. Or whatever, well, he did say whatever Outdoors 55 says. And Outdoors 55 is another channel on YouTube. Well, I won't make that mistake again. Damn. Oh, I still haven't bought it yet. I said I'll buy it this week. I need to make sure that I have the money in my account to do it first, though. We'll see you later, AJ. Have a good one. Oh, this is going to develop a beautiful patina. I can already tell. It's got a little bit of blue in it already. God, I'm less interesting than WWE. I could believe that. You can tell I'm less interesting because people actually pay to watch WWE. That was too much oil. Q-tip. Yes. Give Q-tip. I think I'm just going to get it from Lacey. I mean, might as well. Somebody offered me $35 for my Iridium today. I don't, but I wish I could, but I don't. It's not a big deal. This one doesn't need it. It's set up like this. The other one, I kind of just stuck on the box that it came in. This one, I just stuck on the box that it came in with the rubber things left on it. And then on top of that one, I put the other one. And it just sits perfect. I don't have any paste or emulsion that I use on my strop. It's just a piece of leather. So at the moment, everything that I do, you could probably do. Cardboard. Ooh, that is nice and sharp. Yeah, no issue passing right through. I'm happy with that. I'll definitely be carrying this case. Oh yeah, it was buttery smooth, easy. That is true. I'm sure my family would love to hear how you got my address. Because I completely forgot to tell them before I sent it anyway. On the bright side, you've sent me enough shit, and you have a few other people's addresses. I'm not all that worried about it. Oh, you'd be surprised. I mean, I'll admit, I don't think that I've pissed many people off on the internet yet. I haven't started my campaign against Sharpen's Best yet. But when I do, I will make what's smart? What now? What was I talking about? Oh, I have a P.O. box. It's just 40 miles from my house. And it closes at 2. Yes, my P.O. box is tiny, but my heart is big, or something like that. Cardboard. Oh. I'm curious too, because you've sent me some decent size. Dude, the Atomas fit. How big is the box for that thing? Knives are life. I heard that you fell asleep during my live stream. I don't know whether to congratulate you for not winning or say I'm disappointed. But now, the reason why I'd say congratulate you for not winning is because you fell asleep. If you fell asleep and you didn't, and your name was pulled, that would have freaking sucked. A couple people did, yeah. It was a long stream. The little pocket chip thing. What? Somebody please explain to me what you mean by pocket chip thing, because I don't know what you're talking about. Oh. Okay, wait. From the Sharpen's Best guy. Okay. Yeah. I need to start my campaign against him. But he has so many followers, though. And the problem is the people that follow him are the people that are like, I'm not going to say too lazy, but they don't want to put the time into sharpening a knife properly. Now, you can have plenty of reasons for not wanting to sharpen a knife with stones or whatever. He already called me an idiot. He deleted his comments, by the way. I went back to find them, couldn't find them. I know I have them screenshotted somewhere, but like I have to do something for him to notice me. Aiden, that's the perfect thing for you to send me. Send me one of his little pieces of shit, and then I'll do a full-on review of it. Oh, that would be great. The only useful thing, like the only thing that those Sharpen's Best sharpeners are useful for, is for taking the burr off at the very end. And you have to be very, very careful, very gentle. Um, I would completely agree. Yes, we speak English here. Unfortunately, I don't speak any other languages fluently. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but not enough to hold a conversation anymore. And hi, how you doing? In MagnaCut? What in MagnaCut? Look at that edge. I made a sharp piece of cardboard. Can it cut paper? Let's find out. Dude, it cut paper better than some of the knives I've received. I don't have a Deca. One of these days I'm sure I'll get one, but... Okay, let's try this again. Nope, broke the edge. Oh well. 102 isn't bad. I don't have $102 though. I just spent how much did I spend? 42 bucks on 2 case knives. I sell some knives sometimes, yeah. I don't need money. Oh, that was smooth. Dude. Shit. That shit's sharp. I did a damn good job that time. Uh, 154 cm. I love sharpening 154 cm. It's a great time. I could set it up. Screw you, Aiden. And that's not steel either. Everybody should know that that's not steel. I could set up the membership thing. I need to send in a lot of information and then talk to a few people about tax stuff. Just real quick, I'm going to test something. So we're gonna, what stone am I willing to ruin to prove a point? The 400 grit side. I don't use the well, I just want to see if it leaves a mark. If the edge of the, if a diamond stone will leave a mark. Because what they do, they don't use diamond stones, they use diamond lapping films. And that's different. I do have the very top of the wet or the diamond stones that I don't use. Just out of curiosity, I don't use the 400 grit for almost anything. So we'll use the 400 just to prove a point. I haven't messed with Crewware now. Okay. Off we go. Benchmade. I have a video on that if you're interested. Benchmade is overpriced. I think the name is, what is the name of that video? Give me a sec, I'll find it. It's a solid video though. It was right after the Mini Barrage Gold class came out. Videos. It's called Benchmade is all overpriced. And that's what it looks like. That has my opinions on Benchmade. That felt weird. That felt really weird. Dude, but my edge looks amazing. It is like, it does feel like glass. It literally feels like rubbing glass against a rock. I gotta check this edge real quick, because according to my eyes, it looks all right, but no. Don't joke with me like that. Nope, okay. No shit. This might be easier than I thought. Dude, I thought that was going to take forever. It's not sharp, but it cuts paper again. That's a big deal. A Carson Microbright Pro from Aiden. Thank you. Yeah, I was sitting there looking at the edge, just staring at it, and I noticed the glinting at the tip is gone after that little bit of what I was just doing. Which means starting at 400 is probably the right move. So real quick, we'll just look at how it looks. So there's the factory edge that was destroyed, and then up towards the tip. God damn it! Oh, wrong side. It doesn't look horrible. It is a very, very chippy material, though. I can tell you that much. You can see chips taken out of the edge. So they start these at 400 grit laps. And I think they move up to 3,000 or something, or 6,000. Wait, they have a video on it. They start at like 400 and they go up to 12,000. But I don't have films, I have plates. And I don't mind. It's a $20 plate. I don't think I mind wasting this to prove that I can do it. Because the other dude took 8 hours doing it in a video. I just want to prove that I can do it faster. Sure, it sounds nice, but I don't want to ruin it to prove a point. I don't want any chance of ruining something that expensive to prove a point. $20, not a big deal. I mean, it's a little bit of money for me, but it's not that big of a deal. I think I'm going to put a whole bunch of the knives that I have up for sale on sale. Bring the price down significantly. I want money. All right, then maybe a vitrified one wouldn't be the worst move. Yeah, I think next week we'll sharpen this. I'll tell Bryce, the U.S. rep for Sandrin, that I'll be sharpening it on stream. We'll see if he joins or not. It'll be an early stream. It won't be in the middle of the night like usual, though. Like this right here is an early stream. I think I'll probably put this thing up for sale or on sale. I think right now I want 50 for it. Yeah, see, the problem is I want to get the most amount of money that I can for the things that I'm trying to sell while selling them at a reasonable price. But people offer me so much less that I can't take it. Like some dude offered me 30 for this thing. Yeah, that's the other thing is I try and make as much as I can, understanding that Blade Binge takes a cut of everything that I sell. Not that that's a big deal to me. I'd prefer that people buy directly from me, and I only use Cash App because it's the less or the least amount of hassle. PayPal was just such a. They were so rude to me. Genuinely, the worst experience I've had relating to money. Surprisingly, yes. And it grows back like every week. So by the time it's gone, my stream's over, and then the next week it's all back. No, PayPal, they held my money hostage, and I figured it out. It was 3 weeks, not 3 months. They held my money hostage and wouldn't give it to me when I needed it to pay off gas bills. And when I called their customer service, basically the response they gave me was stop being broke. And I'm like, that is the most audacity I've ever seen from anybody. And they didn't do shit to fix it. So for anybody curious why I don't take PayPal, that's the reason why. I've never had a financial institution say, "Have you tried not being broke?" So I won't work with them anymore. eBay was great. They were nice to talk to. They still haven't paid me back like they needed to, but yeah. At least they were nice on the phone and didn't say, "Did you try not being broke?" No, they didn't call me a brokey. They said, well, that explains a lot. They said, "Have you tried not being broke?" I'm not quoting that, but it was close enough that they should have just said that. And it wasn't even a new PayPal account either. It was like 2 years old. I could have sworn somebody else owned PayPal. Or, yeah. Doesn't Meta own PayPal now? Well, after that, I just said fuck PayPal. And then last week, I pulled all my money out of my PayPal account and moved it over to Cash App, or a couple weeks ago. And that money was used to buy the giveaway knife. And then I'm right back to being broke. Dude, look at that. The waves. And yeah, Cash App is just so much better than PayPal. The problem is they don't have the goods and services side of things, where you get that assurance that you're going to get your shit or you get your money back. I don't think Cash App has that. If they did, I'd be all over Knife Swap. But I just hate PayPal, so it's not going to happen. Anyway, it seems like we don't have a whole lot to talk about for the rest of the stream. It's been pretty quiet for the past few minutes, so. And the knife that I planned on sharpening is already sharp. So I'll probably start a stream later. We might be streaming with Stifler Manufacturing. Stifler Manufacturing makes Glock 19 slides, Glock 17 slides, and they're coming out with Glock 43 slides here pretty soon. I'll sell a 15-minute sharpening video. And we can show off the stuff that I have for sale at the moment. If anybody's curious about anything on the table, ask, and I will happily tell you about how much it's going for and stuff like that. So what all do I have for sale? More than just that, there's more. This is a James brand Redstone. It's half serrated. Not everybody likes that, but it's 12C27, and they run about $100, not brand new. I'm trying to sell it for 50. Do you have to lift the blade a little to get to the tip? What do you mean? When sharpening? Yep, I kind of figured as soon as somebody saw that it was serrated, nobody wants it. Yeah, that's with most drop points. You have to lift the back end of the knife to sharpen the tip. You know, now that I'm better at sharpening, I think I'm going to sharpen this. So this one's up for sale too. It's an SOG Twitch 3 in 154 cm, which is my favorite blade steel. So I'm going to have a good time sharpening that one. All of these are up for sale at the moment. I have more. I don't remember where all of it is. That bad boy's up for sale as well. Actually, that's not up for sale publicly yet. My ZT is up for sale too. Again, not publicly, but the Leek is honestly a great knife. I just wish more people agreed with me. And like that one dude said, I think it's still relevant at used prices. At new price, that shit's ridiculous. They want like $100, or no, $60. JB, the JB, what? Ari, what's up? How's it going? I have one OTF. It's upstairs. I'm not gonna grab it. I'm too lazy to go upstairs right now. The JB. James brand. Yeah. I didn't buy it new. I bought it for less than I'm selling it for. The problem is when you tell people how much you bought it for, they want it for way less. So I just don't I don't tell people what I bought shit for. Me with knives, what's up? God, everybody's showing up when I'm trying to shut the stream down. But I have all the knives out, so it doesn't look like I'm trying to shut the stream down. There's more stuff I have for sale. I just don't remember all of it. And not all of it is nearby. There's some of it that's in other rooms. Dude, we're almost at, if not already. I haven't checked since I started the stream. Give me a sec. I have one knife in MagnaCut. No shit, I'm using an old version of Android. It's an old phone. We are so close to 1400. It's actually funny. It's hilarious. I was looking this morning and it's like $13.97. No. Oh, hey. Every single one of my, yeah, we'll just go to this. The MagnaCut knife is not for sale, no. And it's broken, too, at the moment. I keep forgetting to send it in. So the stuff I have for sale includes an Iridium, a Gerber Assert. That is up for sale. Okay. Gerber Sedulo. These two leaks. The Rat 1. Kershaw Echelon. The Case Stockman that's over here. It's not from Hogue, no. My GEC. A CRKT Liftoff. Mini Praxis. I have 4 mini Praxises that I need to get rid of. I did. I sold an Iridium and then I bought another one. And then I'm ready to sell it too. The James Brand Redstone, a Kershaw Whirlwind, the Twitch 3, a Cryo 2, and a Ruger Trajectory. It's a good knife. I'm not going to turn it down when I find it for a good price. I'm not making much money on that one. I'll tell you that much. At 45, I'm really not. I'm selling a Sedulo and I'm selling a an Assert. I got the Sedulo to sell it. I'll admit that. I found a Gerber Covert Auto. I almost bought a Bradford today. A Bradford neck knife in Elmax. But I decided since it's probably not going to sell well, I didn't buy it. The Assert's sitting at 140. I'll take offers. What are you thinking? S30V black nitride coating. You know, it's the blacked out version. And sharpened by me. Not that that means anything, but well, I get knives for more than reasonable prices most of the time. Yes, adjustable thumb studs, which is really interesting to see. Not a common thing in knives. How do you undo it? I have no clue. Oh, T6, T8. Probably T6. I'm not going to move it. It came like that, so definitely an interesting knife, though. It does have a large bevel. That might catch somebody off guard. But it was my first time sharpening S30V, and they had it at like 22 degree on each side, and I sharpened it down to whatever I sharpen it down to, and it worked great. It's just got a huge bevel now. But yeah, if you're interested, let me see how much Blade Binge's cut is. And if you buy it at full price, I'll drop the price. If you buy it directly from me. I buy used knives more than I buy new knives. It used to be all new, but I've been finding them at pawn shops for better deals than I can find them anywhere else, so I just buy them used. 140 minus 7% would be 130.2. I could have sworn they took 7. I think they take 7. I don't feel good selling things for less than I buy them for. Sometimes I have to, but you know, I'm pretty sure it's 7%. So 7% of or off of 140 is 130.2. I will gladly sell it for 132. Saves you like $8, and shipping would be like 6 or 7. So it'll add up almost back to the 140 anyway, but without the big shipping cost that they charge. You got to look around. My local pawn shops do a great job. This thing's dull as shit. Am I claiming I sharpened this? I hope I'm not claiming I sharpened that. That thing's dull as fuck. The hell happened? There's glinting all over. Garage sales, I don't find much. You gotta find a pawn shop that isn't full of douchebags. That's not easy to find. I found a pawn shop that does really well. They don't charge it a whole lot. They buy things for about half of what they sell them for instead of a third or a quarter. So what they do is they check eBay prices, right? And they check eBay sold listings, and they buy things for about half of what they sell for on eBay. And then they put them out for about 80 or 90% of what they sell for on eBay. So their ROI on everything is roughly 30 to 40%, which is decent, but they don't undercharge severely like the other ones in my area. Yeah, the 0450 is up for sale too. That one's a little more expensive than the Gerber, but it's not bad. You turd. It's S35, yeah. There is blade play in this. Oh, that would explain it. So yeah, if you have one in carbon fiber, you probably don't want the titanium one. I prefer titanium over carbon fiber personally. That's fair. I don't have anything in 20 CV. I bought one knife from AliExpress, and it was a fake bug out, or a fake Osborne Gold class. It depends. Some of the AliExpress knives aren't terrible, especially if all you want is a fidget knife. If all you want is a fidget knife, I'm not going to complain with what I get. Especially if it's fun to play with. That's the whole reason that you buy it. It was meh. Like, it's not great. It's a little smoother than the real thing, but I wouldn't buy it again. Okay. But I'm pretty sure Kaiser sells their knives on AliExpress too. Like the actual brand Kaiser. I'm pretty sure that they have an AliExpress account. I would buy directly from them too because personally, if you look at their website, they have some killer deals going on all the time. Up to like 40% off of things. It's hard to beat. It really is. Even on other vendors' websites, you can't beat the Kaiser sales. They sell their own shit for less than everybody else does. See, I'm not 100% sure that the codes work with their 40% off stuff. Anonymous Knives, what's up? AB123, welcome back. Why is it that I remember people that show up once, but I don't remember where I put my shoes? Like, are you kidding me? Well, good luck on getting that fixed. You've seen 5 OD what? I'm not sure Kaiser does because 40% off alone is huge. Anything more than that, and you start wondering if they're actually making money. That's unfortunate. That's definitely unfortunate. God, people say just need to get a new phone like it's that. Oh my God, that's sharp. You've been in 5 string. Okay. God, the fact that you remember that. But why is it that I can remember people who have barely showed up easier than I can remember shoes? I wanted to get one of those Pyrite lights in S90V. I just didn't have the money. I never do with all the new shit. Like the Lander 5, I pre ordered that, and the week they decided to pull money for the pre order, I didn't have enough money in my account. Yep, there we go. Nice and sharp. Still up for sale. $45. Is there anybody that's actually interested in this thing? Ew, curfew. That sucks. So you're actually interested in this? How much would you buy it for if you're actually wanting it? I think brand new they run like 73 or something. Oh, that is so much smoother than it was. 35. Well, it's sitting at 45 right now. I've got an idea. AB123, what? Are you in the States? Figured I'd ask before I make this offer. Okay. Do you have a Blade Binge account? Thanks for jumping in, Dan Stan. We'll see you later. No? Do you have Cash App? We'll see you later, Anonymous. You have a good one. No. Damn. If you set up a Blade Binge account and you send me an offer on that knife for 38, I will take it. I wouldn't feel comfortable taking somebody's card. But yeah, if you set up a Blade Binge account and send me an offer of 38 And you'll have to pay for shipping, unfortunately, but I will gladly take the 8 for it. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream here. AB123. Do you know how to send? I'll show you how to find the knife real quick. Where is YouTube? Well, I don't even know if AB123 is still here. Oh, okay, cool. So up here in the corner, there's my profile picture. Once you click on that, if you click and 4 more links, and you go down to the one that says KO Knives Blade Binge, and eventually it'll load with my Blade Binge account. You'll have to make an account and add you'll add a shipping address to your account and I think a card. And you can throw an offer at this, the SOG Twitch 3. Now what I'm going to do once I end the stream, which will be here in about a minute or two, is I'm going to change the price on this to $100. And then you click right here where it says make an offer. And you offer 38 and I'll take it. Oh, I'm so glad I can get things sharp. I used to suck at this. I actually can't wait to carry this thing. This thing looks clean. And with that red and blue patina, or at least I know for a fact it's going to come up with some blues. Oh, it's going to look gorgeous. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys showing up for the stream. We've been streaming for 1 hour and 36 minutes. Okay, sounds good. I will check back on Blade HQ in about 1 hour from now. If you're in the States, shipping, I don't know how much they charge for shipping. But yeah, tell me how much shipping is, because I'm curious. Y'all have a great rest of your night. I'll probably be streaming later tonight as well. So we'll see you guys later. Bye, people.